Say it one more time, bro. Say it
I said, do you think that I'm sitting on the couch eating cereal, playing PlayStation all day, sweetheart? Well, you know that, so you know I'm busy. So therefore, I mean, you know, last night when we wasn't busy, you was playing games. So let me get to this podcast, and I'll call you when I'm done with this. And hopefully you're not busy. You know, I just don't. You feel me? If I need to get right, I need to get right. When you want to get right in a sneaky type fashion, I got you together. So if I call and I want to get right, I gotta get questioned and go. You need to just call like, baby, are you ready to get? Goddamn it, you know what I'm talking about, serviced.
Okay, so call me when you're ready to get serviced, Chubby.
All right, baby. Man.
We on the intro.
All right, come on. 1, 2, and.
Nah, he got us. Got him the intro.
Yeah,
Y'all, we live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. Y'all actually won an award, the Boss Mag 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Y'all won for that media outlet thing.
Man, I don't even know.
Like y'all won. He didn't even know he won.
What'd you say? Who was it?
You won the Boss Magazine 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Congratulations.
That's legendary.
One piece on you.
Hey, what's good, Josh? Your boy Dash Resource. We are here for a very, very, very special, legendary person, man. For real. Like, there's no legend bigger in Dayton, Ohio. You will not find a bigger, brighter personality, chain, watch, car, all that.
Appreciate that.
Respect to my king name right here, man. Shout out to my man gfield Hustler State, man. ENT, man.
I appreciate that. Oh, what's good, baby? You already know my fault. I didn't see you. I was down, looking down.
All good, bro.
I was supposed to be looking up. What's up? How have you been? First of all, let me ask you how you been, because the interviewee never gets to ask the interviewer how they are or what's been going on with them. So how have you been feeling?
I mean, for real, like, honestly, you know what I'm saying? I'm exceptionally well. I'm blessed, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm blessed to be in such a great predicament right now with a bunch of business owners like myself.
Exactly.
Tipping and tapping in with, you know what I'm saying, like some of the best and the brightest from Dayton. I mean, to me, to me, it's no better job than to give people who I feel are legends their flowers, you know what I mean? So
while they're here,
bro,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, and I got one more question, you know what I'm saying? I need to know when I'm going to get my stock market lesson is my question.
Bro, I got you. All day, every day, you know what I'm saying? For those who watch, you know what I'm saying, you get my book right now free on Amazon. You feel me? I'm not trying to charge you, okay? Of course, I still get paid through the residuals of that. Smart man business mind. Where I can get paid off something free, you know what I mean? So you get the book for free, you know what I'm saying? I actually do stock tips every single day. My last 2 stock tips I gave out was the one for the Victoria's Secret split today. I mean, that went up something crazy. And then the one before that, you know what I mean, was, what's the one that had everybody going crazy the other day? Oh, GE. When I told you to buy GE, it was $17. Look at the day, it was $101. So, you know.
Damn.
You feel me? And I get those out free every single day on my YouTube channel at Dash Resource. But yeah, man, back to you, man. You know what I mean? We don't talk about me today.
I appreciate that because what happened? Because it was a change in things, you know, and I seen the change and I noticed it. And I'm one of them type of guys that I will take notice, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't the type of guy like, okay, I see you doing this, let me do it too. However, I will let you funnel through, do you, and then by me knowing you way before this even popped off, I feel like I can, you know, reach out and kind of like ask which ones and things of that nature should I be involved in. That's all, you know, just some tips. A lot of times people want to get the tips and the chips and the dip all in one thing from you. Yeah, so yeah.
And I'm still a person that don't mind doing that. So by the way, you know what I'm saying? If you need help with anything, you need to look at your portfolio, make sure you hit me up. You know what I mean? After this interview, my price going up, okay? Gfield. We're Legendary People's Podcast, my man, Gfield Hustle State, man. How are you finally, man?
Oh, well, I'm doing well, man. I appreciate you asking that. Of course, I have been through, you know, tribulations and some trials, just like anybody else, not acting like I'm the only one. However, I've been able to overcome them, and that's just really a blessing from the Most High. And I, you know, so with that being said, right now I'm just taking that all in, and I'm really realizing and knowing that when these type of things happen, man, take notice and just know that sometimes you gotta go ahead and change the game plan. You know, you gotta change the game plan, man. I mean, a lot of times people will, like me, I have taken the same hustle that I had in the streets at one point, and I just applied it to a different format.
Absolutely.
You know, so now I'm dealing with a little bit of real estate. You know, I was before, but I wasn't really. I was janky.
We don't get to that, bro. We don't get to that. We don't get to that.
So I was saying that. Hold on, I ain't gonna cut you off, but let me say this. Also, we gonna tell the listeners. I want y'all to go on and check out my son Ray Fo on that music side. Go on to the YouTube page, Ray Fo, RAYFOE. Go ahead and subscribe and check out my boy because he's going up, man. Nothing weak. I'm not bigging him up just because he's my son. He really has it, man, and I tell him that every day, and I want him to stay working.
Absolutely. So, you know, if he's anything like his father, he's definitely a legend already. Okay, but yeah. So origins here at the Legendary People Podcast, we're gonna do the origins. So we want to find out, where'd you grow up at, brother?
Well, I grew up. This is where I grew up at. My mother is. I was originally born in Dayton View, Edgewood Projects. Edgewood Projects.
Wow.
Okay, Yuma Place. That's where my mom's first apartment was at. Now, before that, you know, Dayton View is where my mother was born and grew up at since the 50s. She was born in 1955. Okay, so that's where that came from. Now, of course, when you're dealing with just different situations, you move around. However, everybody know that mama was Highview Hills, Bella Vista. Both of my maternal and paternal grandmothers who helped raise me have always been Dayton View. The upper part of the view to the bottom part. And don't say you're from somewhere and piss me off if you don't own nothing in the neighborhood, because I do. So let's get to that. I'm not capping. I'm just saying that's what it is. So yes, that's where I grew up at. Went swimming at Princeton, but I also went swimming at Mallory's. I also when they got the free lunches at Princeton. I also when they got them at Mallory's. So you know, yeah. So it was kind of like, you know, the best of both worlds. And the thing with that was, you know, us growing up, it was a little bit different than now. Because it's some gang shit going on. You know me, I went every fucking neighborhood and the nigga better not have said nothing. We rode our bikes everywhere, had broads in Five Oaks. This nigga had an apartment in Five Oaks with the long red Chevy. Yeah, we was back there. We was acting mannish. I remember he had the Trick Daddy Chevy back then. The 72 or 73.
Yeah, 74. 74 Impala.
So we was came through like that back then, you know, as teenagers. Like. So we were advanced for real.
Right.
But yeah, that's where I dwell, where I still dwell.
Right. So growing up over there, you know what I'm saying, like in DVH, you know what I'm saying, Rainwood, projects, what really was like your musical influences back then?
I'm gonna be honest, man. When I was growing up, you know, I listened. My musical influences, you far as from the city or just in general?
From the city first.
Okay, from the city first, man. I remember Reek B. Because Reek B went to school with me, and Reek B, you know, and he wasn't weak. But it kind of fucked me up. Reek B had professional CDs, and Reek B was really selling them. I seen him with a bankroll in his pocket off the CDs.
He went off the spool with it.
Yeah, he wasn't off the spool. He wasn't off the press up. We're not knocking that. Let's get that. Yeah. Let's put that. We're not knocking that because everybody starts from somewhere. Absolutely. But he had some kind of situation where his shit was professional. Now, I don't remember, and I don't want to speak on what I don't know, but I just know my dude, Reek, who went to school with me and who still talks to me to this day, and when I go to Houston, who I pull up on and who I see is Reek B. So Reek B was showing me back then, like, hey, Phil, man, you know, look, he like, they was going out of town, and everybody would buy their CDs. Yeah. Everybody. They would go on out of town.
I remember Rick B CD with him with like no shirt on. He had Rick B tatted across. I remember it.
Yeah, he had that. And
Legend.
Then he had one called Rocked Up, where he was like rocking himself up in the jar. If you can't, know what the Rocked Up means. Let me take a sip to that.
Take one with you, brother. So, what got you started musically? Because like you told me off cam that like you actually have a different way of getting into music than like typical rappers these days. So can you give us that story?
Well, I was incarcerated. I got incarcerated in early 2000.
Okay.
I was actually out on bond for the particular drug case in question. But that's what I did 6 years for. I had a drug possession case, felony 2, felony 1, went to trial, beat a charge, got found responsible for a charge. I was therefore sentenced to 6 years, right? That was in 2000. while I was doing that time, I have a brother. My biological brother. His name is Thousand.
Thousand there, legendary.
Yeah, Thousand been rapping. And he been rapping actually before me. I always was a good freestyler. I always was a good improviser on improv but Thou always been good rapping, lyrical, writing lyrics, conceptual, messing with computer programs, doing light production. This always been Thou. Shout out to Thou. Props to my brother Thou.
And my brother DeVale too, man, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Which is the cousin. You know
Exactly.
So we related in a way.
Man, come on, man.
That's crazy.
Come on, man. Family orientated, so outsiders can't screw us.
That's crazy.
So let me say that. So Thou, we're incarcerated. Thou came from Warren Correctional, which was a close security to a medium security facility where I was at. Thou was on the way, and I let people knew he was coming because, of course, you had some young guys that down there that was rapping.
Was he, by the way?
He was in Warren Correctional Institution, and I was in Lancaster Correctional Institution. So when we got all this together,
How much?
Thou was up there shredding shit.
Battle rap.
We had battles. They was on the yard. They wanted to see how good he could rap. Nobody can
It's
fuck.
tense out there.
Nope, it's tense in the penitentiary too. It was tense. Nothing ever happened, on that note. But it was tense, and Thou came up there and took the crown, man. I'ma just be honest, man. There was some guys that had been down for a while, had juvenile time, and got bounced over. Thou held it down. I'ma just be 1,000. So Thou came to me, and he was like, "Bruh, you got a whole story. You done been through so much shit. You got a mouthpiece. You know how to talk. You always said some slick shit. Why don't you write a rap?" I was like, I was like, okay, but I really wasn't gravitating towards it. So as some weeks went on, I started writing. I started getting a little bit better. Thou would come, and he showed me how to like critique the rap, like how many bars goes into a beat, how to read the beat. Okay, this right here is 2 bars, which is 2 measures. Okay, this is 12 bars. This is 10. This is a 16, what they call a 16. So Thou showed me that. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So, did you ever like rap on the yard, or kind of was like, okay,
I got good because I always, Miss Smith to tell you, man, I always know how to talk that shit, and I always got the correct words to say to make shit play. That's one of the Smiths. That's one of the Smiths get down right there. That's a Smith original. You know what I'm saying? That's a Smith original because right now we doing this shit digital. You understand? Right. So look, so all I'm saying is like, that's what I was doing, man. I'm smelling this organic, man. This shit, man, like, hold on, let me get. Yeah. So anyway, that was that. But I hope he didn't edit that out. It's legal. But anyway, listen. So anyway,
shout out to our future sponsors, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to the future sponsors. Shout out to the future sponsors, man. Because we doing dispensary work too, man. Because it's all medicinal. But anyway, I just that was that, right? And so that, like I said, that was responsible for that.
So at this point, you're putting raps together. So do you continue doing that until you come home, or is it kind of like, okay, now to do it, you put it away for a minute?
Nah, I really got a little bit serious with it. I was serious with it, and I got real serious with it. I started liking it. I had a whole notepad. Okay. I was flowing. I was practicing. I ain't got good at this time. Boom. I wind up telling myself when I came home that.
What year was this?
2006. I was incarcerated from 2000 and I got released in 06.
Okay.
So when I came home, I wound up going ahead and starting a company of my own. You get what I'm saying? Because I felt like I was that good. I felt like I could put it together. I was very motivated. I would do music videos. I would write my own raps. I would do my own album covers. I would not create them, but I would direct the artwork.
Yeah,
I would direct it because I'm like, I need it to be this way, and I might sit down and I might be like, man, look, that's not the way I want it, and I'm really like that because I feel like my products that represents me, they need to be top tier and don't need to be janky. And I just wish a lot of more people were like that when it comes to business because the way something look might turn the person off. Okay, absolutely. The way something feel, the way that it, you got to think in business we dealing with a lot of different things, and I've always been paying attention to detail anyway. So I'm not looking for a reason to not deal with your business, but at the end of the day, I am looking for quality and control, and for good quality customer service as well.
Right. So you come home in 2006. You still want to make music at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
I think your first project didn't come out till 2008, right? So
I think 2007.
Was the Daily Dose of Game was the first
No,
project?
it was actually a maxi single project, and it was called The Hustler's Recipe.
The Hustler's Recipe, I got it.
And we also have the commercial advertisement for that, which I also wrote, and my boy Hoodro filmed and put that together for us.
Shout out the Hood.
Shout out the Hood. Shout out the Hood.
He come in every story, man.
And the shirt that I had on in the video was done by Smedro. So if we look these things up, you'll just see the correlation. You know what I'm saying? You'll see the correlation, and you'll see that everything that I'm saying is in total congruence with the brutal honesty that I'm sitting here at this table bestowing upon the listeners.
Right. So when you first come out, you working with Boss Mag, you working with Hood, like
Smed, these are our brothers. This was no new shit. This was people I knew. And they was doing their thing, and so I decided to come on in because they were providing a service that I needed outside of being my friends.
Right.
Let me check in. So man,
what is your very first day that you met Gfield and like give me that story.
Well, me and Phil, we went to Meadowdale together.
Yeah.
And Phil was real good friends with my bro Tater. Tater might even be Phil's cousin. Like, you know what I'm saying? But me, Tater, like we lived around the corner from each other. So man, we was like little bros, like 7th, 8th grade. We just kick it, play basketball, and just be around each other.
Yeah.
So that's that. But like once we had actually like grown up and we started kind of like taking our paths with music and shit, right? Mm-hmm. Man, Phil, you're not gonna meet nobody like bro.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Well, it like for example, Phil had his mixtape covers, right?
Yeah.
Now he's telling you that he wanted it to look a certain way.
Right.
Right? He wasn't gonna settle for nothing else. It had to be perfect for him. So once it was perfect for him, he was so confident in it. This is when I first started making T-shirts, bro. He was at my store. We spent a lot of time together, bro. Like he was at the shop. We was probably every day.
Yeah, because his house. Hold that thought.
Yeah.
Man, Smed has had these shops throughout the city. He didn't have about maybe 10 shops that I can remember. 3rd Street, Main, the one over here that got hit by the tornado, the one over here, now he's over here at the big one. But guess what? I smell, you know, my brother, if I leave a motherfucker in my shop or my house by themselves, you know it's your brother. Right. This nigga like Phil, I'm going home, man. He left me in the shop. I'm in the shop on the computer all night. I'm in this nigga's shop. This my nigga though, it's bruh. But I'm in the shop. He gone. I'm the only one there.
Right. Yeah.
We at the other shop on Main. And I say that to say, like he said, I only interrupted because that's how much time we had spent together.
Yeah.
So when his studio going up, he gonna record some of my music or whatever, put it on the hard drive for me or whatever the case may be. So I didn't always be in this type of person that I'm gonna do business with you if you my people, man, and then if you have a quality service, and not only that, you have to be qualified to do what you're doing, like my guys is. Absolutely. And then that's what, like Spike Lee said, I'm gonna hire the black people, man, but you have to be a qualified black person.
Yeah.
So therefore, people don't know, you know. And then if you're not qualified, if you want to come on board, we can help you get that way.
Right.
Yeah.
But don't come like and think that it's just gonna fall out the sky, man. You got to work for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Work for it, baby.
Man.
So man, I mean,
let Samir get back to that.
Well,
I had to throw that in there before I forgot.
Well, what I was gonna say was like, man, people like make promotional shit. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of like give it away to help promote their product.
right.
So Phil had CDs. He was getting ready to get out here and start selling, but he got shirts, bro.
Yeah.
And he actually started selling the shirts with his album cover on it. Big boy 11x17 prints.
That's legendary.
And to me, man, I don't see nobody else doing anything like that. Like, man, he always say, with my face on it. He had his own face on these shirts. And, bro, he didn't sell one or two.
Right.
Man, hundreds and hundreds of
And
shirts,
I appreciate
bro.
that, man. And
we
guess
was
what?
printing them motherfuckers
Smith
up
was coming in here.
nonstop.
Guess what? When I first would come in the shop, my thing would be negotiation.
Yeah.
Because I knew it wasn't about the money. I came in with a pocket full of money.
Yeah.
But I need to know in business that I can pay this and I'm gonna make this. I mean, that's just business. I don't want him to do it for free. He know that, but he know when I come through that door, by him being my brother, I want that family customer appreciation discount. I want that all the time. And everybody ain't gonna get that. I'm sorry to sit here and say it on the radio, because if he come to me, he gonna get the same kind of love that everybody else ain't gonna get.
Right.
So I only say that to say, like, man, you know, that's just what it is. And I've been rocking with my guy, like he said, since he first started the t-shirts, but our relationship goes way before that. But when we talking about this business, shit, I've been doing business with him forever.
Right.
Yep, and like he said, I sold them 11 by 17 prints on my shirt of me. Let me see one of you niggas get out here. One of you cool ass niggas.
I want to see it.
I want to see it.
Because I'm a real hustler. That's why.
That's what I was trying to say.
You got niggas out here, brother, say they real hustlers and they scared. I stood out in front of stores. You scared of what somebody gonna think or say. That nigga was out in front of the store selling this. Yeah, baby, but I pulled out a bankroll. And, and it ain't got nothing to do about what you doing. I did what I came to accomplish and succeed to do. I had a goal when I came and stood in front of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So now everybody think the internet is just gonna take care of everything. No, you still got to get out here and do some footwork, because the internet is a big part of it. But you still need to get out here and do your footwork.
Yeah, I want to see somebody else do it, bro. I mean, the only other person who did anything similar to that was Jotty when he started doing it with Sherm, but I believe that they seen G-Field's playbook.
They did. I'm gonna say this, man, and I'm not going. They did, because I came to Jotty because Jotty's a friend, and they was on some competition type of shit, and it's cool. It was friendly comp, but I already knew I was a top flight game spitter and a rapper. I wasn't weak.
Yeah,
I wasn't weak. My promotion was good. So they didn't fuck with me like that. And I'm on camera saying this, but Jotty always been my nigga. They didn't put me on the Still Jumping remix.
Yeah.
But I didn't care about it, because at the end of the day, I came through by myself. I didn't need no Jadel. I didn't need no Dante Edwards. I was them niggas, the same niggas that they was bigging up them. I was him by myself, and I had $1 million friends like Callian. So how the fuck I didn't need him? He was my real nigga. I didn't go to him and ask for no endorsements, no money. I did all my own shit with my own bankroll.
Well, one thing that Phil used to say, and for real, just, man, shout out to Jadel, because that's my bro.
Shout out to Jadel.
Shout out to Jotty. Shout out to Jotty, but he kept it real. He said,
shout out to Sherm too,
said that people didn't want me on the remix. He asked around, and people didn't want me on the remix, but you the CEO, you know I'm tight, you know I'm raw, so you should have came to me. Fuck the people, me and you got a relationship, and it was business. He felt like that wasn't a good move for him. It was cool, but I'm speaking on to say that I came to them to do shit, we didn't do it. I came to my nigga, but he still is my nigga. It ain't no bicker.
Yeah.
But we just speaking on how it went back then.
Well, I was kind of just saying that to say that, like, you used to say that same type of shit back in the day. Like, he didn't have he is his executive producer.
Thank you. I'm not saying anything was wrong with niggas having that.
Right, but he just
I'm
saying,
not saying
like,
that. I'm just saying, like, that I put I bet it on me.
Right.
Yeah.
And guess what? And guess what Kato told me? Shout out to Kato. Guess what Kato told me one day? Kato and somebody bought plies to the city. I'll never forget this, right?
Yeah.
They brought him to the Rain of the Club Cream. Kato called my phone and we hooked up. And Kato said, Garfield, you know why I fuck with you when it come to this? You always been my nigga.
Yeah.
He said, but you won't invest in yourself.
Yeah.
He said these niggas will go buy outfit. They won't go buy no video camera to record they videos or record they progress.
Right.
Niggas ain't gonna go buy this and be like, well, I'm gonna do this for this. When we shot my commercials and shit that you seen on BET, the shit that niggas did after me, that was with my camera. That was with me and Hood. I paid him to edit it and put it together. That was my shit. I had my camera because I know I'm gonna need to document what's going on like now.
Right.
This was before the podcasts and stuff got popular. I was moving around. I was in Louisville, Kentucky. I was down in Charlotte.
Get there, bro.
I was everywhere. I moved around with this shit. I moved around.
Let's go.
Them niggas wasn't going to Fantasia's house. They wasn't back there eating the crab legs and the steak with Joe Barino, which is her brother, before the reality show. Fantasia for real. This is me. I got in there. Them niggas approached me about my grind in Charlotte.
Right.
And then when he listened to my CD, my number was on my shit. Right. And he called my phone and I went out to Fantasia's house, nigga, and I've been on there since, been locked in. And when I go to Charlotte, Piper Glen, the States, I know how to get there, baby. I pull up in their driveway. That's what it be.
All right, so baby, let's hit this time machine because there's some questions I gotta ask you before that.
Go ahead.
back when you dropped your very first project, right? It's, that's supposed to be about Skano, right?
No, that was the mixtape. The very first project was was the Hustler's Recipe, which was a maxi single.
The
maxi single.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I watched an interview with you and Hood where, you know what I'm saying, like, you ran everything down. Something I saw that was real special to me that I think is legendary that a lot of people do not look at when it comes to your career. They don't look at gfield Day. Right, gfield Day to me was amazing. Like you had a little kids out there.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
So with gfield Day, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got the kids out there. You got the like One Touch production. All this, like you like literally did the vlog, and people got a chance to see you walk through your process. What you were speaking on was you was one of the first I seen do that. I mean, I've seen other after you mimic it.
I appreciate that.
What was the thought process that really got you to that point?
When I was doing the gfield free vlog. Okay, what happened?
No. Huh? The gfield Day, because that's later on.
Well, what happened with Fields Day? It's actually called Fields Day. Like when you was back in school, you would have Fields Day as a kid, and you would run and do activities, and you would get rewarded with a medal or something like that. I had Fields Day. My concept behind Fields Day, this was my concept behind it all. I was doing DVDs at the time, and so and which was I was documenting a lot of things, and I was documenting me, and I was documenting others.
Others like Tracy Brown era, the Angele era.
And hold on, well, my partner Smedro, he actually had in on sponsorship. Okay, on a couple of my projects because he promoted his business on my DVD,
right?
On the things I was doing, we was just bartering it out because he would do something for me and I would do that for him, and it was all family love. But do you know his brand got seen because he was already popping? But you know, these DVDs went to Alaska. This was before, this was the net, but it was so they went to Alaska. They went to a lot of different places, and guess what? People can get with him off of his commercial advertising.
You know what? That's so crazy that you said that, bro. Because the twins was in Alaska, and I swear to God, they called me, bro. I bet you they seen that shit.
Listen, I sent them a box. I sent them a box, man.
They called me from that shit.
I sent them a box a while back, years back. Listen, man.
Alaska?
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, man. Listen,
Alaska, swear
I
to
sent
God,
them a
bro.
box, man. And the thing, well, let me finish answering this question. The thing with the Fields Day was this. It was a concept to go with a project, okay? Like I do my studying, so I went with Fields Day. And after Fields Day, it would have been Field Trip. So we're going to take you on a field trip. We're going to have Fields Day first. We're going to have a field trip, all deriving from my name, just to make it fun, make it innovative, make it sought after and all that.
Right.
I'm going to take you there in these projects because that's just what I do.
Right.
I really love what I do. Like even if it wasn't the music, I was documenting other people's journeys. You know, no matter who it would have been. And then I would document my own journey. And I would document what I done did and what I done went through, the commercials. You know, what you got to realize, man, you get out of it what you put into it. A lot of people give up. It ain't about just rapping. There's so many things that people can do when it comes to the music. Like when I started off with music, man, do you know I didn't start rapping. I was playing instruments first. In school, like most niggas. No, it wasn't the clarinet, no, it wasn't the flute, it was the drums. Yeah, Mr. Kanice was actually my music instructor at Metal Deal.
Word. Shout out to the Dale, man.
Shout out to the Dale.
All there was to the Dale, man. Something in the water, y'all. Something in the water.
So yeah, go ahead. I'll be, you know what I'm saying, take over. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna sticks in there.
So one thing I want to commend you and definitely tell you that like you were one of the pioneers when it comes to Dayton hip hop scene is you one of the greatest networkers that I've ever seen.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got in a room full of sharks and you showed your teeth too. You know
I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
You also one of the first to adapt the internet marketplace. You jumped in during the .com era. A lot of people was. I'm not too shabby to say I created my first website during the pandemic.
Right, exactly.
You had one since 2006.
And I got the game from my brothers. I ain't just saying this because he's sitting right here. Smed had me on the phone with a motherfucker from India that was doing his website. I'm talking about we on Skype. You remember the other building, and I'm like, man, I need another website. And I'm like, Smed, this is the kind I need. Smed like, Phil, I got you, man. You know what I'm saying? And I said, what are you gonna charge you? Smed said, nothing. Hey, I think a smell works for you. Man, smell like she is nothing. Phil just holler at him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I was so glad all this was going on at the time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, man? It was just always been a beautiful time, you know. And I love my city. And like I said, it was that, man. You know, I like when I'm sitting here right now talking to y'all. You know, it's a beautiful feeling. You know what I mean? I was a little bit late, you know, but I'm here.
Man, it's all good.
Come on, I know, bro. But I'm just saying that to say, my guys ain't quitting, man. You know, a lot of times people get discouraged, man, or something go on. Like I lost my whole daughter, you know, that I was very close to. And it's real hard, but I gotta keep pushing because that's what she would want. Yeah, I be having sad ass moments. I be having sad ass times, but then I get it back together, baby. Keep it pushing. That's what she would want. So I'm saying that to say, don't give up. You know, no matter what you gonna do, man. Then the pandemic brought the hustle out, especially these females. Yeah. I hate to say this, the females been out here hustling more than some of you begging, bumming ass Negroes.
Man, Phil, let me chop it up with you real quick. Let me ask you this. So, with the loss of your daughter.
Yes, sir.
Man,
yes, sir.
Normally what I see when I lose people that's real close to me in any type of way, it seems like, bro, I always get some type of sign that they around or they still with me. Bro, can you build on that one time for me, bro?
Man, listen, I can go about 10 things, but I'm just because we gonna get winded, but I'm gonna go with like 3 or 4.
Yeah, give me some.
All right, the other day, right? Matter of fact, yesterday I'm at the store playing my numbers. Her little sister pulls up on me. Pops. I've been seeing her a lot lately. Anyway, Triasia. Shout out to Tree. That's her blood sister. And you know what I'm saying? What I had to do, let me say this. I had to stop and think about how other people felt about Kara's death because I'm her daddy, but I had forgot about she was so loved and she had so much love. You know, everybody get a little hate or love, you know, but she was loved. You know, Kara's funeral was deep. We had a big church and they wouldn't even let people in. Right. It was COVID going on. So, you know, Kara was loved. Right. But the signs that I get, man, like, her sister pulling up. I was going through some pictures the other day. I was going to send one of my partners some paper pictures that I had, you know, because he's in prison. And I was going through. They were in a small plastic baggie, but it was a fat stack of pictures. And when I'm going through the pictures, a receipt falls out. Okay, it's a Macy's receipt because it's folded up, and I see Macy's on the back. Yeah. So I open the receipt. It's a receipt for some Coach shoes. Okay. Wow. I looked at the date and everything. I posted it on Facebook. We can go back and look. And it's Kara, a picture of her with the Coach shoes on, with the purse, and then the receipt is next to it. So the receipt falls out the pictures. I'm like, damn, boom, that fell out. Yeah. Had a party at C-Space. I'm going through another drawer. The contract for me renting the venue to have her party with her name on it and all this. My copy of the contract that I had to sign to get the venue pops out again. This is something else on a totally different day. Yeah. Now, go to the graveyard, you feel me, to see her, and there's some things on her grave, you know, pinwheels, flowers. That pinwheel, when I go, the wind get to blowing, it get to spinning like she know I'm there. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like I can go on and on, but I'm going to just give you them, and then I'll save the rest for the next time. Yeah. Okay, but I just want to give you that. Yeah. Like, I mean, I can go on and on, but it's like she there.
She there.
Absolutely. She there, bro. Right, like, there with you, bro. There. You know what I'm saying? She there, man. Yeah, and I'm glad that you asked me that, man. Nobody has asked me that.
Yeah. That's 100% truth, man. I mean, stuff. I mean, if you guys go back and look at the literature, like we literally have a podcast where we have a whole coming to, like we had an all coming to altar moment. But yeah, so but like back to what was on right there. With I mean, man, like RP to your daughter, man. You know
I appreciate that, baby. Thank you, man. And she would want me to do this, man. And you know, she was cool. She was real cool with Smed. You know what I'm saying? She'd be like, Dad, you know, her relationships with different people, even if they stem from me, she had her own personal relationships with people. And it's like, you would be amazed. It's so crazy. Back to that, somebody sent me a text that my daughter sent her, and it was a young lady. And, you know, the young lady hit me up out the blue, like, talking, and then she, like, sent me that. My partner, JR, out the blue, he sent me a picture of me and Kara that I took in prison. This was a paper picture that I sent him. Yeah. He took a picture of it and sent it to me like, I hope this make you feel better today, bro. He was real cool with my daughter. Uncle JR this. So she had her own relationships and her own dealings, and that's what people know. She was her own person.
Right. Plus, right now, if you go to YouTube and you search gold for your mouth,
She's on there getting her grill from you.
Yeah.
the very first, and this is something you posted, bro. The very first clip that you're gonna see is when I did her
mold.
golds.
You did her
and
mold.
Filled in there recording.
And hold on, let me say this because I know you don't want me to cut you
Wow.
off, but guess what Smed did? Smed took a little bit long on the grills because I got him 3 plays that day. I got him 3 grill plays that day. They called me like, I want a grill. They trying to go to West Town. I said, what? I said, man, my brother called Smed. I'm like, my sister, Phil, pull him up, right? So first, my sister and my daughter pull up. Of course, she got a hairdresser to want to be like her. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
So she came and copped. Did she, Smed?
Yeah.
They all 3 got grills. They all got their molds at the same time. So look, the point that I'm trying to make, Smed took a little minute. His orders, I think his Russians or whoever his foreigners is, was taking a minute. so Smed said, hey, Phil, tell Kiera. He called her Kiera. Tell Kiera. I said I'm going to throw some diamond chips in there because it's taking a little longer. I'm going to throw some diamond chips in there for free.
Yeah.
So that kind of smoothed it. It wasn't no bigger, but the kids are anxious. I could care less. The kids are anxious about their grill.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, look, I'm telling her, baby, it take time. She's like, Dad, boo. So Smed blessed her with some diamonds because it took a minute, and he got 3 grills done that day. So I've been able to get you a play and get you some money. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna get his own. But guess what? I'm always the one directing some good traffic, man. That's just what I do.
To it,
I
bro.
direct
Everybody
that good traffic, man. I want to see you out there in Cali in the rentals and getting monies and flying here. That's what I like to see. Why would I not? But go ahead, Nut.
Well, look. I want to ask you a question that goes with that. You know what I'm saying? So you did the whole hustler state online. You know what I'm saying? Boom. But go back to before then. Like we want to take this one more step back.
Okay.
Yeah.
About the lady who had to go cash her check that day.
Oh, one day I just had left Smed's shop. He had the shop on Main. He had 2 shops on Main. One that was connected to Joe's Bassett Grub Steak, and then he had one that was in the very next block. It was a big ass house.
Megaplex.
It was a megaplex, and it was a big house, but he turned it into a megaplex. Yeah. Far as damn near, I might have had mega sex. No, I'm just playing. In there. So I'm saying that to say, like, though, all jokes to the side, we in the megaplex. What was the question again?
Oh, so I'll ask you about the lady who
Okay. I left. I had just got some shirts done, so I just left. His shop was on Main. I'm going on Riverside to a friend's house. They stayed in apartments on Riverside, something like the Barringtons or something. Get over there. I'm going in an apartment building. I'm telling people I got the shirts. The young lady like, can I see? I opened the back door of the car. They laid on the back seat, laid out. You hear me? I got different colors, different sizes. She said, I want one. I told her the price. She said, can you take me to cash my check? I took her right down there to the store on Riverside. I think it might have been Marathon or something. Yeah, I took her and we did that, man, and that was that. You know, that's how we played it, baby.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, that's what that was about.
The only thing better than that is you like, you know what? I'm gonna let you hold my ID until Friday.
Man. Listen, it was so crazy because I took her. Listen, this was the crazy part. I didn't even know the lady. Right. I didn't know her. Listen, when she said take me to cash my check, I was like, baby, get in the car. I didn't want to even. I mean, you think I ain't about to get this money for this shirt? Yeah. I was riding around selling them like they was, you know what I'm saying, something that they wasn't. Right. I was getting them gone, and my thing was like, Smell would like to see me coming because whatever his bottom, we didn't get into that. Right. But I'm like, Smell getting this money because he used to be like, Phil, you know, my ink, and he would say all this kind of shit. He would be like time. Hey, I would come with my game. I would come with my game, and he would come with some equally good game, right? Yeah. He would come with some equally good game, but then the thing that I can say is that we always would be able to meet in the middle, and the business always got handled, right? Because we would be sometimes arguing. Yeah, we would be arguing. It wouldn't be nothing real. We brothers, so it wouldn't be nothing like that. But we arguing, man. We like. He like Feazolini. He like Field. What you don't understand when he say Field. Now when it's good, he calling me Feazolini. Nah, Feazolini. But when it's like dealing with your mama when she call you your whole real name. He was like Field. When he say Field, he mean business. You hear me? He like, man, come on, Field. My ink, my this, my that. Man, get my shit pressed up and get this money so I can get out of here. That's what I used to say.
Damn, bro. That shit's so cool. Bro.
So, bro, anything we add to that, Smith? You add to that?
No, everything he said is 100% right.
So, I'm gonna get you talking right here. So, look, off camera, bro, I heard a legendary story about you, man.
Okay.
So, on your album, you got a feature with Pimpin' Ken.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I heard the story about how you got him on there, but do you want to give us how you got Pimpin' Ken on there?
Man, well, I remember, and Pimpin' Ken, shout out to Pimpin' Ken. Shout out to Pimpin' Ken. Pimpin' Ken is a real live businessman, man. Pimpin' Ken, I talked to him, and he was like, I'm going to do what you want me to do. He told me he wanted a couple dollars. I negotiated what I felt was fair. You know what I'm saying?
I want to follow the story a minute.
And I want Smith to tell you something. And listen, and I want to tell y'all this, right? I'm going to let Smith tell this side because I'm going to let him tell it because I know he's going to tell the truth. Listen, the thing that you got to realize about Pimpin' Ken, he has platinum plaques with his game. Right. I mean, E40, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, UGK. These are platinum albums platinum and gold albums that he done been on. So I got a platinum plaque type nigga spitting game on my shit.
Facts.
Yeah, I have the master files for that right now. And guess what? He told me something. He said, man, I like you. I like your style. I like your hustle. And I like to be on your project because just as well as niggas gonna hear me, he said, man, I'm trying to get next to niggas in your ghetto just like you want to get next to niggas in my ghetto. So when that's something that I'm on, of course, I'm going to get it to my people in my ghetto and they going to know about the gfield nigga just like the people that might not know about me down your way going to get hip to Pimpin' Ken.
Absolutely.
And so when he said that, he said, man, I'm coming from Usher's house right now doing your shit.
Yes, bro.
So go ahead. So stay well, let you tell the story.
Well,
legendary.
So look, man, me and Phil this day we was together. I don't know what we was on, right? But Phil always doing more than one thing. Even if he interacting with you, he probably got some other shit
he
going on.
He doing 2 things right now.
He might be talking to somebody else. He thinking of something else. But I don't know. He was like, hold on, Snap, we about to call Pimpin' Ken, right? So I'm like, okay. We might have recorded it for a minute. Oh, wait a minute. For a minute, he went through a phase where he liked to record all the shit that he did.
I got to.
Well, it was because guess what? Hold it. It comes from me listening to music. And it comes from skits. A lot of the music. E40 has skits. Snoop Dogg has skits. Anybody from the old school may have had a skit on 1 or 2 of their projects. So I felt like I wanted me a nice skit. Yeah. I wanted to bring that, but so I would record certain shit. And it's one on the Daily Doses game where I'm talking to a young lady who had performed some extremely quality fellatio on me. You understand? And I recorded that, and I think I used it on the mixtape. Actual facts. Not a bitch on Ryan purpose. Go ahead. Hey, I ain't got nobody on there purping. I got a young lady on there that was slurping. You feel me? Yeah, you feel me? Yeah.
So look, look.
So go ahead,
he said we about to call Pimpin' Ken. So I'm like, okay. So I think he must have gotten a booth or something. But Phil was talking so fast, not really fast, but just his regular game. Like, man, he just come with some shit that you like, damn, bro. Pimpin' Ken.
What'd he say?
Pimpin' Ken was like, hold on, man, it's raining outside. He couldn't take it, bro. Phil was saying so much shit. Man, this nigga needed a break, bro. He said, man, I'm coming from Usher's house, man. It's raining. Hold on for a second, man.
Yeah, he did. I swear.
But listen, Phil would not let him. He wouldn't let him off the hook. He said, man, I know you coming from Usher's house, but Phil had to goddammit get out what he called him for, man. So they worked it all out. But to me, I was just thinking like, damn, this nigga has more game than a professional pimp. And this is some shit he doing on the side.
I appreciate
that. Man, like legendary shit, bro.
And listen, I really appreciate that, man, because we had legendary moments, because what I'm going to tell you is like, we done been some places, and me and Smed, Smed will pop up, man. I remember us taking some pictures down at Chaos's movie premiere. I popped out, and I popped out. I had some people with me, and we was in the limo truck and stuff. The only reason I remember, I'm saying, me and Smed popped out, took some pictures, did what we did, because this is my guy. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just because you wanted to get a T-shirt printed up. That's your relationship with him, and that's fine. But I have a different personal relationship with him. And the thing I be trying to explain to people, man, relationships, we ain't talking about one with a female. Business, personal relationships are important. Absolutely. And people need to know that, man. Just like now, and you don't know Smed, you came and got a T-shirt, but you might have a business, but I got the power to get you in here, to get you in this podcast. You hear me? Or I got the power to get you in here, where he might be like, well, I might be like, Smed, can you just like, he might be like, all right, Feazolini, because it's you. You don't have that kind of leverage.
But you know what else, though?
Go ahead.
Nobody else would ever know me and you done had all of these cool experience together. Yeah. Nobody ever put us together like that, for real.
And I'm going to tell you something real, though, real quick.
Real shit. Nah, go ahead.
1 second.
It's on you, Nut.
Yeah.
Right here go the door.
Yeah, bro, we definitely gonna keep it here on a celebrity story, because I promise you, there are so many more celebrity stories that you guys do not know about gfield. So wait a second, he right back, running right through the camera.
Right back. But listen, so hold on, man. I like this kind of shit, man. I really like. They know that this is my area, man. I'm in here. I'm the first nigga that put a blunt together on the podcast, man.
Legendary.
Yeah, and they are not smoking, but I am, and I do have my medical card, and this is medicinal.
For sure.
My gangster just walked in. What's up, Flyer Queen? God damn it.
I want to get to another story that I heard was legendary too. It was when you met Lil Boosie in the mall.
Well, guess what? I didn't listen. Hold on. Look, I didn't meet Boosie in the mall, but guess where I did meet Boosie at? Okay. And this is it's crazy that you brought that up. I met Boosie through my partner JR, and we were in Tennessee. We actually met Boosie's brother. Boosie's name is Torrance. He got a brother named Terrence Hatch, who was his manager at the time. Well, we went into the brother. We was down there messing with Young Buck, and we didn't book the show. We booked the show. We gave a deposit to Boosie's brother. JR did, and he was like, well, you helped me out when it's time to pay the back end, Garfield. We're going to do it. So, boom, everything was cool. But what happened was Boosie apparently didn't know that his brother had booked him for this show in the beginning. Now, Boosie did come for the show and everything, but when I wound up meeting Boosie, it was at the Club Cream. Okay, now, JR and my dude from Naptown named Stiff, they went and picked up Boosie from the Cincinnati, Kentucky airport. Boosie come down, he got all his ice on, he got on a fur coat, and so I ain't no starstruck type nigga. I approaches him, right? He's smoking a Newport.
That's important to the story.
It's important. So Boosie, he and we in the club, we talking. So we go to DJ booth, DJ Chaos. Somebody was DJing. He had his music. He smoking still. He said, man, listen. He said, we had talked about something, but I remember him asking me did I had kids. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, you got a baby mama? And I was like, yeah. He said, you got baby mama problems, don't you? I said, yeah. He said, you know anybody locked up? I was like, yeah. He like, I got niggas in the penitentiary too.
Yeah.
And he said, man, and what people don't understand is this, I'm a regular nigga like you, man, and I got problems just like you. You know what I mean? And he was basically saying his brother had booked the show, and he like, man, I was in the middle. They was making the movie at the time. Whatever movie that came, Boosie had, he said he was in the mix of making that. And his brother wasn't supposed to really book that show.
Right.
But he said, people always say I don't show up for my shows and shit. He was telling me, he said, it'd be shit that I don't even be knowing about.
Right.
But his brother doing it just to get the deposit and get the money. So it was that kind of shit going on from what he explained to me. Yeah, so but Boosie was a cool ass. He wasn't scared. Yeah. He wasn't acting like he was worried, looking behind his back. He was just smoking cigarettes, and he was fucking with he was kicking it with them young ladies. He was trying to get Tika, the one who do the nails. You hear me? He was trying to get her back then. She know, but she didn't go.
So the viral question of the day is gonna definitely be about how you feel about them trying to cancel Boosie over what he said about the homophobic thing and the third.
Man, I just feel like, you know, why would you try to cancel somebody, man? In this world, we supposed to have freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
You let these white folks get on here and say whatever, and then a brother that got a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying, and that's doing a little bit of something, you know, it's like, well, you can't say this. It's like, I should be able to say and do, you know, as I want, as long as it didn't affect you. Well, what I said didn't affect you, or if you mad about it, don't listen to it.
Right.
But I thought it was something in the Constitution that says freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
That's what I thought. So if you penalizing these people for what they saying, man, why even have a voice, or why say it's freedom of speech? Mm-hmm. I think it's a lot of that going on in this land where everything ain't nobody free for real.
Right.
Because you're going to say, I got freedom of speech, and then it's like, man, I am a whole rapper. This is how I get paid, from speaking about things and entertaining people, and then you come back and you want to try to blackball me, man, for something that I said. Everybody don't got to be with something gay.
Right.
You know, I mean, they don't got to bash gays, but they might be against it, and that's their prerogative if they want to. You know what I'm saying? Be against it.
Right.
You know, so he's allowed to say what he said, like the baby is. Now, if they want to penalize him for it, cool. But see, when you an entertainer and you get a lot of them got to worry about that. Mm-hmm. Statements and shit getting policed. And Steve Harvey said that to Monique on his show one day.
Yes.
He said, you see why you got black? He said, Monique, we dealing with money. Basically, he was saying, bitch, shut up when you're supposed to shut up and get your money.
Right.
That's what he was saying. But see, I'm an outspoken type of individual, so it's hard for me to shut up when it counts.
Right.
Out the phone.
Like, you know, I will shut up, but it's hard for me to shut up when it counts.
Right.
And it's almost an aspect of taking hush money.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You know, taking hush money is something different too. I mean, especially if you're asked a question about it and you can't speak up for how you believe in or your moral code and ethic. Because, like, when we talk about just being gay, I think that we making this shit different than what it is. Like me being, like, for instance, man, I don't like all the everybody got to feel sorry for niggas and baby niggas and all, like, we just need a handout every time for somebody, or we need somebody to pick us up. Like, if you got something to say about black people, say it. I don't give a fuck. That shit don't apply to me.
Thank you.
If I don't believe it, I'm cool. So I just think, like, man, I really don't think that everybody should, like the baby, what I've been saying, they done took him off of 2-3 more concerts, and they doing a lot of shit to him.
And all he did was say something like this, man. Like on shows, they say, if your pussy scream, if your pussy clean, let me hear you scream.
Right. Yeah.
All I'm doing is I'm saying something like, if you ain't got no HIV, put your phone up. It might be some people in there with HIV that's living with it.
Right.
And that's cool, but I ain't living with it. And I said, if you ain't got it, hold your hand up.
Right.
There might be some ladies in there that the pussy might be musty. Don't raise your phone up.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
So, like, I mean,
so it's nothing.
He just saying some kicking and
Thank
shit.
you.
Yeah,
That's
what
I'm
I'm saying, the nigga was just,
like, for instance,
like
back in the day, like back when I was doing my shows or whatever, I always start off, do my ladies run this mother? Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, but like before I get to my set, it wasn't like against men or
Exactly.
pro women. But
Right.
I think, like, get back to our point though, when it comes to the baby and that's, you know, like that situation, Dr. Boyce Watkins actually, he posed like an open letter to him, and to me it made the most sense. What he said was, a black artist can get on the radio and rap about shooting black dudes all day, every day, and go platinum. He can get there and make a song about this be this be that, and go platinum.
Right.
We can talk about ourselves, but the moment we go in there and say things about Asian hate or against transphobia, then you cancel. Where does freedom really lie at? So, gfield, thank you, you know what I'm saying, like on that, but we about to get to some more of the celebrity stuff, okay? So
Let's get to it.
So, at this point in your career, you know what I'm saying, like you, well, not where you at now, back when we back to, you know, like the hustler state, we still talking about the Tracy Brown era, the Angela era, like back when, you know what I'm saying, you helping the local artists, but you also networking with other people. You got Busy Bone. Can you talk about how you met Busy Bone?
I met him at the. I met him through one of my people, and it was so crazy. I met him through Jason Dayton, best kept secret. Shout out to my hustler.
See why the legends come through here?
Yeah, we
Let us start talking about the legends.
we were in Cleveland at the Ohio Hip Hop Awards, and Jason called my phone. And you know what I'm saying? You know, he was like, Phil, I ain't bring that much money with me. You know what I'm saying? You got this much on you, you know, whatever Busy wanted for the feature. So I was like, yeah. I'm like, but you know, we're going to use this money to do, we do kick it, do this. I said, why don't you just get his number and set up something with it? We're going to have him come to the city.
Yeah.
So, you know, by that being that type of thing, it wasn't no long shot because, you know, he like a nigga want to feed you, want some money. So make a long story short, we get back. Jason already had introduced us, but when he come to the city, he came to Mo Beat Studio.
Right.
He came. And the vibe was just so player and what his verse and what he was doing. And he big him up Mo, like, man, you a quality engineer. Wasn't no funny acting shit. He gave me a story about him and Eazy-E.
Wow. Can we get into that a little bit?
He was just saying how Eazy-E was good to him, and you know what I'm saying. He was like, man, he was talking about how I actually have the video interview of this. I think I might have shared it with my brother Hood. It's somewhere on YouTube maybe, but what he said was that he said, you know, Eazy did him right. He kept it G. He said, but what happened when Eazy died, Tamika, which is Eazy's wife, didn't do business right as far as he was concerned. So that was the thing with that. But he did tell me, he said, listen, as many records as we sold as a unit, Bone Thugs and Harmony, there's no way I'm supposed to be out here doing the verse right now like I am, unless I wanted to. And he said, ain't no way I should be doing this. But he explained to me his child support situation. He's a human being.
Right.
Yeah.
But he gave me his real story, and he was just cool as fuck.
Right.
And he was like, man, he like at the end of the day, man, you know, man, he complimented my jury, everything. He wasn't acting funny.
Right.
He was a player type person, man. And he told me, he like, man, look, man, you know, I like what y'all brothers got going on. It's cool, and we can be in contact. And he been in contact with Jason still to this day.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I saw on one of your vlogs where he was doing the feature for you. Y'all went in Mo's studio, you know, so like see Jason in the background bopping.
Well, yeah, what he did. He did a drop in an interview for me,
boom.
and then he did a feature for Jason. Like, you know, I'm gonna tell the whole truth. Now I ain't gonna do no capping.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that what I was saying was that it was all love though.
Yeah.
But I just gotta let you know, I don't want nobody seeing our interview and then be like, Phil was on there purpose. So he did a nice interview for me and a drop, and then he did a feature for Jason as we had planned it in Cleveland at the Ohio Hip Hop Awards. And man, he came through and did his thing and shit. He stuck around. He wasn't even trying to leave for real because the vibe was so proper. We in there drinking, kicking it, and he just like, man, you know, he told me, he said Eazy-E came through at first and gave them all cash bankrolls and had them in the mansion, and he gave everybody a pound of weed, and they was just to record their music. That's all he wanted to do was get creative, get in the creative space.
Damn.
And he was like, man, I can't say nothing bad about E. Not that he dead. He said, but when Tamika came into place, which is his wife, he said the business wasn't right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we still stay on celebrities. I mean, we get back to you in a minute. It's just like you've met so many people, and like you got such a lengthy story. And
we celebrities, nigga.
Yeah.
You a celebrity.
Absolutely.
He a celebrity. We are what you call ghetto celebrities. You get what I'm saying? Because when you pull up to this motherfucker Smedro, they like hey, they want them shirts, man.
Yeah,
they pulling through there. They want them shirts. They want them grills, and they want them shits to be real, shiny, and all that, man. They want invisible sets. They want goddamn solitaires. They want, man, and that's what he can provide for you. So shit, he's sought after in the city. Wow. Tri-State, they in West Town no more. He outlasted them. Yep. So come on, we gotta keep this shit G.
So like you met Jim Jones when you was at Indy. Was that through the Connect?
That was through JR, and it was so player, man, because Jimmy, I wound up running into Jimmy again, and Jimmy remember me. I ran into Jimmy a few years back in Atlanta, fucking with T exclusive game to do the clothing, the custom clothing, and he was in T's shop.
Wow.
And my dude Chubby Baby, shout out to Chubby Baby.
Yeah.
Chubby Baby.
Columbus, right?
Listen, Columbus in the
real one.
Chubby
that
Baby.
Young South Cleveland, Cincinnati. Camera, I'm talking about Chubby Baby, but we ain't gonna say nothing more about it.
Chubby Baby is actually an A&R now. Got his own imprint.
Word.
And Chubby Baby is in the contacts, man. So what Chubby Baby did, he ran into me. We were having a conversation in the back of T's store in Atlanta. So he hears me talking, and he's like, Garfield, where you from, man? I was like, Dayton. He bust out laughing, and he says, I used to couldn't stand dating niggas. This is what he say, right? So he get to smiling. He showed me the Ohio tattoo on his hand. So we get to talking. He said, Garfield, I want you to come to my party tonight. So, of course, one of my best friends live in the A, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, I was supposed to be going to the compound with him. He said, man, come to my party, man. They didn't pay Jim Jones to come through the party. He called him Jimmy. He said they paid Jimmy to come through. So I'm like, all right. So I wind up going through. We all walked through together. Me, Jimmy, Chubby, Sose came later because he live in the A now. We was down there just all in the section, just having our way, just parlaying. And, you know, it's just good to really have those sort of relationships, man, established, you know, to where they just know what kind of person you are. Right. You know what kind of person they are, you know, whether it's not based on money or anything like that, man. You know, you just have this kind of relationship. Although money may come into play, the relationship is not based on that.
Right. So during this time, if you still like looking at the time frame during that time, you going to stuff with Jeezy and you go stuff with Gucci Mane. What's that like during that time where like they really ain't even on good terms, but you still in the middle of this?
It was like, man, you know, I'm keeping this shit business and music, you know, and it's so crazy that you said that because I've always been a Jeezy fan. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like Jeezy shit, and I knew people that knew Jeezy personally, which is my homegirl Peaches, and which is my dude Steve, who I was telling you about earlier, Steve Moore. And he's an audio engineer producer out of Macon, Georgia, but he's now doing things in Atlanta with all your favorite musicians, and he getting platinum plaques, and that's one of my personal friends. Like we call right now, he gonna want to be on the podcast. Right. That's my guy. Yeah. So, but what the thing was that I felt like Guwap was hating on Jeezy, but to get all that, I like both their music, man. I look at it from a different standpoint. They're both good quality musicians, and I like both their music. But back then, I was just strictly I liked the Jeezy. Right. I felt like Jeezy was an authentic trap rapper, and I felt like his story was real. Yeah, it sounded believable. Yeah, and like I said, I knew people that knew him, so they said Jeezy's not a gangster, but he did play with them blocks like Tetris, and that's a line out of his song, and that's what Peaches told me.
Man, so speaking of, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, so like back in 2010, I'm watching you, it was off your own vlog, you know what I'm saying, which you were great at, you know what I'm saying, like you didn't let it be for the media to dissect whatever. They could ask you directly. I remember you addressing rumors. Back in 2010, before everybody was watching, everybody got buffs on now, you feel me, Detroit. He had the Cartiers on in 2010, addressing rumors. So like the rumor at that point in time was you getting robbed and some bullshit like that.
Well, no, I don't recall getting robbed, but I recall wearing the Cardis way before any of these niggas had them. Like niggas in the city, they was wearing the fake Cardis from the Mad Hatter, God bless his soul. The Ricky the Mad Hatter up on Gettysburg, but you niggas was not going to LensCrafter in the Kenwood Mall paying $1,700. You get what I'm saying, for the Bubinga Wood Cartiers, nor was you paying $3,000 for the buffs. All I'm saying is like this shit was what I was wearing back then and don't care about wearing it now. Like I got iced out shit on now that ain't fake. Like, you know, so I'm saying that to say I've been fucking with this shit. I get what I want and what I like. I don't get what other niggas wear. Absolutely. Like y'all all wearing them now. I've been wearing them, bro. Yeah. I had that shit 10, 12, 15 years ago. Documented. No exaggeration. I got all the receipts. You niggas got Cartiers and wear your receipt because the receipt has your name on it. It has the serial number on it. And it's almost like a car title. Because it shows ownership. Yep. So if you get a box of red and ain't got none of that in it, man, your shit probably ain't real. It's an asset. Them Cardis, those are an asset, bro. That's assets, man. And you know that. And the reason, and let me say this, the reason why I even got the Cartiers, man, I'm going to tell y'all this, man. I had all woods. So what happens is that wood that's on the Cartiers, they don't make them no more. You know why? That is Bubinga wood, and it only is being able to be found in Africa. Wow. You cannot find Bubinga wood anywhere else. Google it. Damn. So the Bubinga wood is out of Africa. So I wanted something from the motherland that these people was making. So that's the only reason I even got this shit. They don't make woods no more. Right. So you lost on that.
Right.
So look up Bubinga wood. It is a wood that is natural and is rare, and you can only find it in Africa.
Bubinga wood, y'all.
Damn.
All right, y'all. Bubinga wood is gonna be trending right now.
Gave you some game on the podcast.
For sure.
Gave you some podcast game today.
Yeah.
So like even during that time, right? So like you networking with like first of like my first time meeting you was at J and Jeans, right? So at this time, right, I've already grew up seeing your posters in every corner store I went to, every light pole had it on there.
Appreciate that.
To see a legend at that point in time to me, because I'm saying I'm a little homie at that time, it's like I'm doing open mics there still. To see you in the building and see you doing features with Jason, of course, I'm saying that's family. Shada K.
Yeah, family.
Shada K. I had a picture with Shada K. But to
Why?
me,
Hold on, he just sent me some songs that we did, and I was listening to the shit, and I'm like, damn, I was talking slick back then.
yeah. Oh,
Right.
what?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, this was years back. I'm like, if you heard this today, I was like slick with
Snapping.
it. And the thing about it is like a nigga know I wasn't weak.
Right.
You
yeah.
know I wasn't gonna say
Bro,
no
you
weak
been
shit.
talking slick.
Right.
your whole
Yeah, we've
life.
been slick talking. So when a nigga put it in the rap, it gotta be slick.
Facts.
Big facts.
So I just say was, even though like you had gained some type of, you know, like notoriety when it comes to celebrities, you out here on the red carpet and stuff like that for the BET Awards and stuff like that. You still coming back there at J and Jeans where we rapping outside, like they literally had picnic benches out there for me to watch us rap. I had the utmost respect for you because I'm like, nobody that said that section would come back and do that.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, my thing is this, man. I wanted to just be, I don't even know the word I want to use. I wanted to be the person that always stay believing in myself, man. So I had to work hard to believe in myself. Fuck somebody else believing in me. I believe in me.
Fact.
And that's what Kato told me. He like, man, I fuck with you, Garfield, because you invest in yourself. He like, a lot of these niggas want to invest in themselves.
Right.
So when you having a party or something like that, you got to pay. You know, you got to pay. And he was just saying, like, man, you will invest in yourself, and you know, he seen that. Like what you just said, the posters and the flyers,
Everywhere.
the T-shirts, all that shit didn't cost. I took the money out of my pocket because I believed in myself. I didn't need to go to no nigga to have him hold my hand. I'm not knocking that, but I ain't never been that kind of nigga.
Right.
Even with me having growing up with my daddy and all that. You know, did I get the help in the game and shit from my daddy? Yeah, but I've always been the kind of person that I feel like I can handle me.
Right.
You know, if need be. I ain't saying that I don't need no help ever or nothing like that. But I'm saying when it came to this was me. I didn't need nobody to tell me you need to be going in there writing. I just used to be going in there writing in my computer room.
Right.
And just putting out shit. You feel me? I need some beats. I need to do this. I need my graphic design to look like this. I need to have a double disc. I want a DVD, then I want a CD. This was me sitting back thinking. I was in rap CEO mode back then.
Right.
A lot of these niggas can't think about, goddamn it, where they want something to get placed at. So they need people to do that. That's cool. I didn't need to be developed as an artist or none of that shit. I ain't bragging. I just felt like I knew what it took and I was just gonna work towards it.
Right.
I ain't getting arrogant like I always had, and I'm just saying I worked towards it.
Right.
I just was always been that type of nigga that'll grind, hustle, or work towards.
Right. So during this time, right? So like during this time where like you showing mad love to the, you know what I'm saying, like people that's on the up and up, the people that's in the middle ground, the field of this and third. But he still had, you know what I'm saying, but he still having some type of static and runs in the street because in that interview, like you talk about getting shot 3 times,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Like,
yep.
What was that like?
Oh man, it was really. I'm glad that you brought that up, man. It was something that was I won't even say an eye opener. It had I felt like I was getting blessed, you know, because you know, I felt like damn, my life didn't get took. You know, I must be doing something right. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I took from it, and I didn't let that shit slow me down.
Right.
You know, like some motherfuckers get back and the mental state might not be right, man. I got to keep it moving, man. On some Tupac shit.
Right.
I got shot. Let's get back to work.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go on and pray about it. I'm going to go on and be glad that I'm still here, but I got to get back to work.
Right.
So when I got shot, you know, it was like I didn't go around thinking I was indestructible or nothing like that. It was the same attitude that I just told you. Let me go on, heal up, go on, give it thanks for still being living. I got to get back to work.
Right.
I can't sit around be moping and shit, and then you know what I'm saying? So I got people depending on me, and I'm depending on myself.
Yeah.
So I got shot, and what happened was the the person that they said allegedly shot me got shot up. So I'm glad you touching on this. Allegedly, so they was trying to throw my name in the hat for that. So when I got shot, nobody's name got threw in the hat. Nobody got arrested. Nobody got questioned. And I have every page of my discovery packet from when I did get charged with 3 counts of felonious assault with 3 gun specs. But when I got shot, and I didn't nobody get detained or charged with my shooting. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we talk about that, like we talking about when these niggas be hollering this street shit, is you really street? And when we say street, we don't mean you got to be doing nothing wrong. We talking about the values and the codes and the morals in the street.
Absolutely.
So when we get to talking about that, it's like, yeah, niggas threw my name in there. I still came out clean, but I didn't throw no niggas name in nothing.
Right.
And the whole city know this.
Facts.
Yeah.
And so we ain't gonna give a nigga, we're not gonna give him no free promotion with this, but we gonna say, like, we know people know what it was, and they know what it was, and that was that. And I got charged, and I did get found responsible for something less. And I did have Clyde Bennett. Shout out to my attorney, Clyde Bennett, the best trial attorney in the region. I don't care. Best trial attorney. You can't find nobody that beat more cases than him in this region. Not guilty verdicts is what I'm talking about. So when I say that to say, I went on ahead and handled everything I needed to handle like a grown man, even when I got shot. And then when I was charged with shooting some other motherfuckers and wasn't even really found responsible for that. They said I shot some niggas up and didn't nobody see me do it, and none of that. So at the end of the day, I still was charged. I still had to spend $7,500 to get out on bond. I still had the niggas saying they were scared of me, so therefore I had to sit on house arrest while I was out on bond. Okay, so it was a lot of corny fake shit that went on, but I handled it and I overcame it. So I'm not sitting here like, nigga, nah, it ain't that. It's like we grown, I handled it, I put it behind me, and that was that.
Yeah.
I share a lot in that same story there, and I'll probably get into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'll come back and interview you on my podcast. I'll come back and you can sit in this seat, and I'll interview you.
Hey, unfortunately, we got a photo shoot at 4:00.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We went over.
Man, there's so much more I still
Hey,
ask.
Phil, you got a cold ass story, bro.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. I appreciate
Real
it,
shit.
man. Are we still rolling?
Well, we gonna wrap it and then we'll move out the studio.
Okay.
There's a couple more.
We can if you want to look. Just let me know when.
This is part 1. We're gonna do part 2.
Yeah.
Tell me to
You
come back.
gotta come through.
I got way more I gotta ask.
Listen, I'm gonna start back, come back through like I used to.
Yeah.
Like I used to have the old school. I want to come back almost like it's mine.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody. I don't want. Baby talking about, I feel act like it's his. It is. I don't want to be like, hold on, baby, this is me. I'm new. I ain't used to this.
Oh man. Yeah, man. So man, you know what I'm saying, bro? I got way too much more to ask you, man. Bro, he the first legend that we was gonna actually do a smoke break for. Just let that be known. We're gonna do a smoke break for him. But
can I say this? And I wanted to be rolling.
Yeah, we rolling.
All right, man. I just want to say, man, I appreciate my gangster for having me, man. And then not only that, man, Todd been my G. And the thing about it is, when you see somebody doing advancements and elevations in life, man, it's cool to let them know that. A lot of people got too much pride. A lot of people got too much, I ain't dick sucking. That's dick sucking. Like, how is you dick sucking if you giving the nigga some props about what he did or where he at in life? This is my friend, so he went from a small ass blue building on 3rd Street to this building to this to here to having different shit. So when you say that, this nigga, you don't gotta sell dope. That's the message that I'm trying to bring. You can sell anything that you want to sell, or you can go in business. You can go into business for yourself. Right now, we selling hope instead of dope. But I'm letting the motherfucker know, like, you don't gotta go out there and risk your life or risk your freedom to to make some money or to be and do something for yourself. You don't have to do that. I just want to say, like, I'm giving my nigga his props and giving him his flyers right here because he been in business doing this shit for years. And you have some people that get discouraged. I'm sure business might not been booming all of them years. I'm sure that he would be like, man, he would be throwing specials out there because the nigga got some rent, some bills to pay. But guess what? The shit worked out. That's what people don't really understand, man. They don't want to grind. They want everything right now. They want an instant, like the instant coffee. But I want my shit percolated, back up off me. You know what I'm saying? So I want that real. So we gonna wrap it up, man. But thanks for having your hustler. We're gonna do part 2.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all look up Ray Fu on
Ray Fo. Hold on. Make sure y'all look up my son Ray Fo on YouTube. Subscribe to the page. Okay. He has the videos on there. He is doing well. Also, Ray Fo on Apple Music. He's on RAY space, not underscore FOE. Ray Fo.
Yeah.
Fo stands for family over everything. So
and the link will be in the description too on our YouTube. You can just look.
Thank you. The link will be in the description.
Yeah, we're gonna put the link in there.
The link will be. He got a photo shoot at Fo.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna come up here and do my photo shoot.
There we go.
Because what I need a graphic design for my own for my Daily Doses of Game podcast.
Don't give it out to. Don't give it out to. We're
Okay.
definitely gonna bring you back to talk about that.
Okay.
Other venues and stuff like that. Other ventures coming up like that. Thank you again for coming out, gfield.
Thank you for having me.
Hustler State.
Thank you for having me.
T, baby.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you for having me, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Let's go.
Now, hold on. Let me see how it looks.